Yo, 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 what is happening? Welcome to another Dumb Show-ish episode, number 265. I am another Dumb Show host. It's so good to have you guys here with me this evening. It feels so good. Feels so right. Have you guys streaming on my tube at night. So good to have you guys here. I hope you had a good day today. I had a busy day today. Lots of work, driving stuff, posting stuff, organizing stuff, a lot of work today, a lot of DJing, and did a little bit of everything today. DJing stuff, driving stuff, posting stuff on social media, trying to do that more often. So make sure you follow the show on X and Instagram at Another Dumb Show. If you're here, hit that thumbs up on tonight's episode. I would greatly appreciate it if you did that. If you're not watching live, take a second to comment on the show. I'll read back your comments live on the next episode. And if you could go ahead, share stuff. I've been doing more shorts and things like that. If you can share those, that would be great because that would help drive more people to the show. And then, of course, if you don't want to watch the show, you can always download it as an audio-only podcast through YouTube Music, so check that out. And shout out to the League of Dummies. That's our live chat here on Another Dumb Show. And wow, look who was first today. Black Magic was first today. Black Magic's been coming around for a while. Trying to be first, hangs out in the chat frequently, and managed to be first today. So way to go. Good for you, bud. I know that it's something you've been working for a while, so good stuff. And you too could be a part of our League of Dummies, the live chat. All you have to do is subscribe to the channel. Then about 10 minutes later, you'll have access to the live chat, and you can hang out and chat. And I would definitely recommend that you do that because phones are down. So if you want to get any comments in, the best way to do it is to go through our chat. You can always tag me at Another Dumb Show, and I will have that directly. I'll see it, and then I can read it. Also, if you're not already a member, take a second to become a member. Help support the show. Pick a tier level to support the show. $2, $3, or $10 a month, whichever one works best for you to help support the show. Because remember, there's no major corporations paying for this business. It's just me and you and all the views. So check it out. Support the show, Another Dumb Show homepage on YouTube. Click the join button, become a member. I don't see Mikey down there yet. I believe he's going to be on tonight? I hope so. We got some fun stuff to talk about with. We talked a little bit last night about a girl that he had been talking to from a dating site and how it kind of got a little crazy, a little fast. So we'll talk about that. Hopefully, when he gets on, whenever he gets on. A little update from a story last night. Last night we talked about the 19-year-old Walmart worker, a woman who was baked to death in an industrial oven at a Walmart. And we kind of went back and forth and around about what this actual, unit looked like. It turns out, I'm seeing this in the news story, I'm starting to think that this is the actual type of unit. Now, I do laugh. Last night, look at this. They blurred out the name. This is supposedly the type of walk-in cooler I'm used to walk-in coolers. This is supposedly the type of walk-in oven that this person was baked to death in, this woman. And you'll see at the top, it's blurred up there. That says Baxter. That was the brand, I believe, that was on there. So I don't know if they blurred it out on purpose, but that was originally what it had said. But but the update is, it's a crazy story because they weren't really sure. They're still not sure what happened, whether or not there was foul play involved or what. But it turns out the Canadian's national broadcaster, the CBC News, the update is that their sources have told them that the appliance at the Halifax Walmart store did not lock. So this oven that we're looking at, the door opens up. So if you go in there, you can walk right back out. It doesn't lock behind you like a walk-in cooler does. So it doesn't lock. Had no lock on it. And so there's no. What happened to this person? Like, we did that story a little while back about that person who offed themselves on the conveyor belt in the airport. Really strange way if you're going to do it. Really weird way to take yourself out. And that's what happened with this person, potentially. We don't know. Because if there was no lock on the door and the oven turned on and started getting hot in there, why wouldn't you just turn around and walk out? Unless somebody put something around the door to make it where it wouldn't unlock, like I don't know, around those handles over here. So here's my mouse cursor. Maybe around these handles they put something like some sort of rope or something, a chain or something. They went in the bicycle section and found themselves a bicycle lock and locked that thing on it. But I don't know, and then cut it off with some cutters, some bolt cutters from the hardware section. So it was an in-house job all the way around at Walmart. But sad. I mean, we're making fun of it, but it is a sad story either way. But if it is the case that this person chose to off themselves by going into a Walmart walk-in oven and cranking up the heat and just cooking themselves, that's a rough way to do it. That's a really rough way to do it. I don't know that that's what happened, but it seems very strange that this person couldn't get out of the oven once they walked themselves in there. I don't understand it at all. So there's the update to that story. There have been people showing up mourning the death of this person, which I don't know if they knew him or her. It was a woman. I don't know if they knew her. I'm assuming they must have, if they took the time to show up there and they put up, they got a police tape up there and people were dropping off flowers and stuff. So maybe coworkers or just people in the community. I don't know. People are weird, inserting themselves and stuff. So maybe that's something that they were, I don't know. I'm reading something here. I'm seeing a picture. It looks like the woman has investigators are urging people not to speculate, which is what I just spent the last 10 minutes doing, or 5 minutes doing. The victim's family has asked for privacy. Allegedly, the young woman had only arrived in Canada within the last 3 years and had formed close bonds with the Maritime Sikh Society. So I'm assuming she's Sikh. And it says, it's pretty distressing. Satnam Singh Randwaha says, it's pretty distressing giving young people come here with hopes and dreams. He's a board member in the Maritime Sikh Society. They're working hard, and this is what happens. I'm getting a text message. Let me see if this is Mikey giving me a heads up. Mikey just walking in the door from work, said give him 5-10 minutes. So perfect. We'll get Mikey here in just a moment. Okay, so we'll see what happens with this story. If it turns out to be some foul play, we got to keep an eye on this story. So remember to remind me to find out, because it's going to kind of fizzle from the news. If the family wants privacy, I wonder if that means that the person did do that to themselves potentially. Oof, that's brutal, absolutely brutal. All right. Maybe it was something as simple as it was already hot in there when they walked in, and they started to clean it or something. Maybe it was, and it had just already been turned off, but it was still just warm, and the door closed behind them, and they're just doing the work, and then it just somehow somebody turned the heat on, and it got hot so fast that the person was just overwhelmed by the heat. Maybe. I don't know. It's such a weird story. I got another update from the story that we did last night. Black Magic says with a comment here, it says, and Brad says a no camera view from it. I agree. How weird is there no camera view for this whole thing? Why is there no camera up? Why have we not found? I mean, there's cameras everywhere in Walmarts and every store. How is there no camera footage been leaked or some sort of, update to the actual story about what happened based on the video evidence? We need to know. This story's crazy. Black Magic says, how sad for the family not knowing for sure, unless they do have some sort of an idea or this person showed other signs leading up to this. How terrible. Yeah, who knows? Was this person being volatile or showing signs of depression or something like that leading up to it? Why has nobody spoken out about this? Why have none of the workers come out? There's a million people that work at Walmart, and they love to talk. Oh, you going to Walmart, all the The workers are just, they're not doing anything. They're talking to each other. They're walking around the store talking. So I don't know. If you work in Walmart, sorry. But that's experience at the Walmart. We have one of the worst Walmarts in the world here. The Steelyard Commons Walmart is one of the worst Walmarts in the world. So, Glory, Curious George, welcome. And another update from a story from last night. We talked about the guy named John Callis, the Baltimore Ravens fan, who, sorry guys, I have the coughs tonight. The Baltimore Ravens fan who he got himself into trouble. We played the video last night of him walking around punching people randomly in the face. And he was in court today talking about his assault case after the video went viral. This John Callis guy. Well, I'm just play the video just in case you weren't watching last night. You'll know what I'm talking about. Hold on one sec. I think I got it here, right here. Our Ravens fan, there we go. This is a Ravens fan named John Callis. A couple weeks ago after the Baltimore Ravens played the Washington Commanders, this guy went around doing this.
Do we got a straggler? 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 I don't lose. Yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Let's fucking go!
All right. So that guy's name is John Callis. And John Callis officially did lose because John Callis is 24 years old. He had to turn himself into the Baltimore police earlier this week on charges of first-degree aggravated assault and second-degree assault. And the internet totally doxed this guy. After this video went viral, people on the internet found out where he worked, who he is, everything he did, and he got fired from his job. Then his name got out there even more virally, and the police found out who he was, or who he is, and they went and found him. They put out word that there was a warrant out for him, so he turned himself in. And now last night when we talked about this, Mikey had said that because he's in Baltimore, they're going to have a bail reform situation where this guy's just going to end up getting out with no bail. He's just going to be, they're going to let him walk until he has his trial or whatever. And it turns out he was denied bail. So we were, because I agreed with Mikey last night. I thought he was right on with this, that, high crime city, woke city, likely that they're going to just let the guy off. But boy, they made an example out of this motherfucker. They denied his bail. And now his attorney is claiming that where'd it go? I lost it here. Oh, hold on one sec. I got it what he's accused of, but now I lost what. Okay, here you go. Here's his defense. John Callis' defense attorney, Brian Thompson, lobbied for Callis to be released into an outpatient rehab program for his years-long cocaine addiction and alcoholism. And that's according to the Baltimore Sun. So he is claiming that he's a drunk cokehead, and that's the reason for his behavior, which that adds up. That's drunk cokehead behavior, just running around, punching people in the face, and then screaming, "I don't lose, I don't lose, I win." That's a pretty coked up thing to do. The state's attorney, Twyla Driggins, advocated for Callis to be held without bail, calling him a threat to public safety and indicating that he could also be a potential flight risk as he resides in Florida. The prosecutor also cited previous arrests of Callis, for which he was sentenced to probation, and said that the two 23-year-old Commanders fans he beat up were humiliated by the incident going viral and were concerned that Callis could be released. Baltimore District Court Judge, what's her name here? Latina Burse Green ultimately sided with the state's attorney, denied bail, but indicated that she could modify her ruling if Callis found an inpatient program that was combined with a 24/7 GPS monitoring and house arrest. Well, how could it be on house arrest and in an inpatient thing? That doesn't make any sense. Do you put you on house arrest in the inpatient thing? I guess. I don't know how that works. I believe the attorney then went on. He went to, I think he did an interview after the court appearance. Yeah, the guy, his name is Brian Thompson, the attorney for this Cal's guy, says, I don't believe this is a first degree assault. I think it's a second degree assault. First degree assault requires serious bodily injury, Thompson said. Is it disappointing he wasn't allowed to be put in this one promised facility? Of course it's disappointing. I think he needs help. The criminal justice system is both designed to punish and rehabilitate. He's a 24-year-old kid. He clearly has a problem. He needs help. Yeah, he needs to not be an asshole. How about that? Let's start there. Don't be a fucking asshole and just walk up and punch people because your football team, which, by the way, your football team won. The Commanders beat the fucking the Ravens beat the Commanders 30-23. They beat the heck out of them. I mean, it was a decent game, but it was pretty obvious the Ravens won that one in pretty commanding fashion, no pun intended. So just walking around, I don't fucking lose, screaming after you punch somebody out, you're an asshole. I mean, I think we can all agree with that. The guy's a real fucking dirtbag. He's a scumbag. So, let's see here. So that's the update on that. This guy got denied bail. So we'll see what happens when he goes to court, or what they do with him, if they put him on house arrest, or if he actually goes. Oh, I missed this part of the story. Apparently, this guy has also been previously arrested in Florida following an altercation with a police officer and received probation for the incident. Jeez Louise. They got to take that into account if you got in an altercation with a cop. This callous guy could face up to 55 years behind bars if convicted of all the charges he faces in Baltimore. So Jesus Christ, this guy's life could be over, potentially. I mean, his career is over with his work and everything, but boy, his whole life could be over at this point. Wow, he fucked up. Oh man, that's crazy. The things you do when you're drunk. I mean, I've never done anything crazy like that, just running up to people and just punching them. And I mean, my stuff's always like reactionary. You know what I mean? The only time I've ever really tried to instigate a fight was drug related. I had taken some somas. And apparently there's a thing where you take enough somas and drink enough, you get this thing called soma rage, where you just try to fight people. And I was at a bar with my buddies, and I was just basically going bar stool to bar stool, trying to fight everybody in the bar for no reason. So it was Soma Rage is what they called that one. So yeah, that guy got denied bail. Oh, look, looks like Mikey's here. Sweet. Ooh, go back to that last color. That looked great.
I know what that's like, trying to fight everybody in the bar all the time. That was me, baby.
Well, I had this. Did you ever take Somas, Mikey?
Somas were like the original Vicodin, weren't they?
They were muscle relaxers.
Yeah, they were like they were like the strongest possible non-narcotic.
I feel like they were narcotic. I don't know. Whatever they did.
I don't think
they turned me into a puddle of Jello. I know that. I was just a pile of goo. But when I had enough to drink when I did it, I would make me very angry, and I would get Soma Rage. But no, the reason I brought that up is that guy last night that we talked about, that Ravens fan.
It is a controlled substance.
It is. Okay, cool. So that Ravens fan, he ended up getting, they denied him bail. Remember last night you were saying that you think that they're going to let him out? They denied this dude bail.
What?
Yeah. So he's going to be in trouble.
No shit. That's crazy. I wonder, he must have some type of past or something, some type of violent past.
Yeah, he got in an altercation with a police officer in Florida back in the day. So he does have a history of violent incidents. So we'll see what happens if he ends up there. He's facing 55 years. So we'll see how much they give him.
See how quickly Kim Kardashian comes to his rescue.
I don't think she will, because his attorney is saying that he's a cokehead and an alcoholic. And that's the reason why he's acting the way he's acting, because he needs help.
Then he should be in rehab already. Oh, well, he's in jail. He can't go to rehab.
Well, I think
I'm guessing that'll be an alternative.
They're talking
like
about
type of deal.
They're talking about talking about trying to put him in an inpatient facility with the monitor on and all that stuff. But yeah, so anyway, I don't rehash it because I just did it for everybody else already. But so how are you, dude? How was your day?
Dude, I'm exhausted, man.
Exhausted,
14-hour days are just killing me. Dude.
Are you gonna? Why do you keep doing this to yourself? Just cut back to normal hours for a little bit.
Because I'm the guy, bro. I'm the man at my job. I'm the one. There's nobody that can take the reins.
But can't you just say, "Look, you're gonna get burnt out, man. If you get burnt out."
I get burned out. I do this for like 3 or 4 weeks, and then I end up taking a 3 or 4 day weekend. I call in sick on a Friday and a Monday. They know what it's like. They know what the deal is. Mikey's burned out. He'll be in when he's ready.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I hope it doesn't get to be too much for you because I know you've been doing a lot of work. So
the Saturdays are what kills me. I'm excited that the Saturdays will be ending as soon as winter gets here. I'm hoping, unless they extend it into the winter, which, good God, it'll suck working Saturdays in the winter.
You sent me oh yeah, that would suck. Well, just working in the winter period sucks any day of the damn week. What was this picture you sent me? Is this I'm assuming this is a generator. Yesterday you sent me a picture.
Yeah, that's my office.
So this is what you work on all day?
All day, every day. I kneel in front of one of those and work on it all day.
You got a knee pad you come on at least? Got a knee pad?
To be honest, I don't even kneel on the ground anymore. I sit in it like a catcher's position.
Oh, like you just squat.
I can't do the up and down on my knees anymore. It's way too much. So I have to do a squatting position. I do have a kneel pad. I have used a kneel pad for years, but just in the past year and a half, 2 years, I can't use it anymore because getting up from kneeling down on my knees sucks.
All right, so what do you got? We got a drill here. I
should have sent an after picture. That's so filthy. I'm disgusted with my work right there.
Well, this is you just started working on it. What was the goal with this one? Cleaning it, just maintaining it? Were you doing an
maintaining and fixing? They were a new customer of ours. They had a bad starter motor that was still covered under warranty, so I got them a bunch of warranty work for free, and then they signed up for 3 years of maintenance, gave me a nice commission, a good review.
Nice. Sold
them. Yeah, and our prices just went up, so my commission rate went up because we get a percentage of what we sell.
Nice. Good for you. That's great. So was this a successful job? You got everything completed okay?
Yeah, that was yesterday. And Mingy Christ, that was 5 o'clock. I sent you that picture yesterday when I was finishing up. And then today it was 6:30 when I punched out, 6:45.
So what'd you do? Just blow this thing clean when you were done and then shut it down and close it up?
Dude, I use an industrial cleaner and blue rags, and I wipe everything down. It looks brand new in there when it's done. It looks brand new on the outside when it's done. That's what sets my company that I work for apart from the other companies. Other companies leave them looking like this for years. Just accumulated dirt on the bottom, cobwebs, just not taken care of. That's a $15,000 install right there. And
wow,
companies just treat it like garbage. But the company that I work for, we make sure that we clean everything inside and out. We even wax them sometimes in the summertime.
That's a little much.
I carry some McGuire's wax. Some of my old school Italian guys that sweep their sidewalk, I ask them for their hose, and I'm like, I'm going to wax your generator.
That's crazy.
It gets me good reviews, though. Yeah. Those guys like handing out 50s and 100s.
Right on. That's cool. Somebody who used to spend out 50s and 100s a lot, Mikey, on crack cocaine. Do you remember Marion Barry?
Nope.
He was the mayor of Washington, D.C. back in the early 90s. He got in big trouble because he got caught. And here I'll just show a little bit of I think if I could play this. This is an FBI sting video of him in a room. I believe that was a prostitute. But again, this is the mayor of Washington, D.C. in a hotel room.
Lately, when I do this stuff, I get hyper. Heck. I mean, just too nervous. too hype. I've been looking at the floor and, huh? I always did that.
So that right there,
You kidding?
that's
Like
him.
he's smoking right now.
Yeah, that's him smoking crack. So I'll fast forward a little bit. Actually, right at that moment is actually when it happens.
I've been tuning a lot, and I've been doing
He
that
smokes
too.
crack, and then, boom, the FBI rushes in and busts him as part of a sting operation they had going on with him. Now, I don't remember exactly what the whole sting operation was for, other than the fact that
You
he
know, he
was.
pissed somebody off in the police station, or they people like that get away with shit like that. So
Yes.
he was doing something dirty there was something corrupt going on there.
Well, you might be wondering, why am I talking about Marion Barry? Because that happened 35 years ago. So
Well,
I only remember it because that was like on cable news when it first was kind of getting, when it was out there, and we had cable, and I just remember this was all over the news back when.
And it was probably during the crack epidemic too. So you got two birds, one stone right there. Everyone's cracking hard down on drugs and everything like that, and set an example.
Yeah. So that
But I'm
story
guessing
was.
you're going to say everyone likes a redemption story, and he's running for office again someplace.
Nope, he died. He's been dead for
Oh.
a few years. Which is kind of why this
Yeah.
next story is kind of funny.
Get you.
There is a. I don't think it had anything to do with that. There's a pizza chain in Washington D.C. called. No, it's not called Pizzagate, and it had nothing to do with Pizzagate. What is the name of the pizza place? Oh, it's called And Pizza. It's the ampersand thing, from Wheel of Fortune. That little squiggly thing looks like a G. The ampersand
Yes.
for an and. It's called And Pizza. Well, And Pizza has a new promotion they're doing. They've got a dessert that they've done for a while, and they've kind of bumped it up a notch, Mikey. And they decided to put out an advertisement and call them Marion Barry knots. And the advertisement says, these knots will blow you away.
Look at that gaggle hoffer at the bottom right.
Yeah, they're covered with
That is.
they're covered
Yeah.
with powdered sugar. I thought you'd love this. Now the problem is, it actually looks delicious. It's a doughy knot stuffed with berries, drizzled with vanilla icing, and topped with powdered sugar. Hence, the bumping up the party is the powdered sugar that's all over it. Now, this story has gone viral, and the family of Marion Barry and other people in the urban community of Washington, D.C. have claimed this to be racist. Now, I don't know if racist is the right word for it. It's certainly in poor taste, no pun intended. But
I don't. Was Marion Barry?
he was
black?
he was black. Yes. But again, I don't understand. This is another one of their little ad campaigns that's pretty good here. It says, and our classic knots got a bump. And it's just got a
That's
picture
funny shit.
of powdered sugar in the background.
And the and sign on the bags. I like it.
Yeah,
The
it's pretty
ampersand.
clever. It's pretty clever. The bad thing about this, after this went viral and the pizza chain went under fire, of course, what do you think had to happen, Mikey?
Well, did they have to close their doors?
Big apology because they were getting destroyed online. For media release,
Well,
Dear
I mean,
DC.
they got their publicity from it for sure. They knew what they were doing beforehand.
Good and bad, for sure. I mean, they definitely got, because I'm sure that all the Yelp got destroyed. Like, did you hear that, the McDonald's that Donald Trump worked at in Pennsylvania? Did you see him working in McDonald's? serving
Yeah,
fries?
dude. I loved it. The man actually looks like he's having fun right now for the first time in years.
That poor McDonald's, whoever owns it, they got destroyed on Yelp. People just went nuts, just fucking bad mouthing the McDonald's for having Trump on. So anyway, so yeah, this is their apology. Candidly, we made a mistake, and for that, we sincerely apologize. We hear the DC community and have removed the Marion Barry knots from our menu, effective immediately. Those who know the And Pizza brand know that we stand for philanthropy. I don't know how to say that word right. I always mess it up. Activism and societal betterment in the communities we serve. While humor was our intent, it was regrettably off the mark. We're an edgy brand known for being risk takers. The parody of the former mayor and portrayal of substance abuse was wrong. We have read the countless messages and social media posts and understand the frustration this has brought forth, especially with the Barry family. We recognize his impact on the district and greater capital area and understand why his legacy remains as strong as it is today. He was a crackhead.
We absolutely paid homage to his legacy. His
Yeah,
legacy was he was a crackhead.
Yeah,
Like that's what he's known for. Name a policy. Name something that he did other than smoke rock.
Maybe you know what? Maybe he got a lot done. You know, he's all cracked out all the time. And he get a lot of work done. You know what I'm saying?
He was one of those guys that was really hard on drug addicts and was cleaning up the street of drugs and we can't have this for our city. And he was one of those guys.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know anything about him other than him smoking crack. That's the only thing I know him for. That's the legacy that he left behind. That's all I know about Marion Barry. He was a mayor of D.C. who smoked crack and got in big trouble.
I don't see a problem with the guy smoking crack. I mean, all these guys now are on meth, anyways. Like every politician out there is on pharmaceutical meth.
On all Adderalled up. Well, here's what's even a crazier story. So we just talked about a pizza shop that did a dessert with powdered sugar over fake Coke, right? Well, in Germany, in Dusseldorf, Germany, there's a pizzeria where if you go into the pizzeria, you ask them for the number 40. They're going to give you a pizza pie, but they're also going to throw in a little bag of Coke with it. So,
show trip. We're definitely doing a Yelp review. Let me get my fucking passport.
Let's do it. So, German police busted a pizzeria in the western city of Dusseldorf that also delivered a side order of cocaine when customers asked for item 40 on the menu. It was one of the best-selling pizzas, criminal director Michael Graf von Moltke told reporters in Dusseldorf. He said police were first tipped off by suspicious food inspectors in March. When drug squad officers began observing the restaurant, they soon discovered why pizza number 40 was so popular. When police buzzed the apartment of the pizzeria manager, the 36-year-old allegedly threw a bag of drugs out the window, which fell right into the arms of the police officers. Very strange. I don't really get that or why he did it. I don't know if that's when like they knocked on the door.
I think it's a panic move. I think it's just a panic move instantly. Like, oh shit! As long as it's not in my house.
Oh, he threw it out the window, and they just happened to be underneath that window that he threw it out of.
People watching the door downstairs while the other two cops went upstairs and knock on the door. And this dude thinks, I'm smart. I'm going to toss the drugs out the window. And then they're just sitting there, and it starts snowing cocaine down on the officers.
Well, more than Coke, too. He dropped 3.5 pounds of Coke, so 1.6 kilos, 14.1 ounces of weed, and 290
get down on cocaine. No wonder their fucking teeth are so shot.
And he threw 290 grand in cash out the window. So it gets even better though, Mikey, because after he got out of jail, the police say when the restaurant manager who was released from detention after a few days soon reopened his business and started selling pizza number 40 with the cocaine side order again. That gave investigators an opportunity to look into the supply chain, and after several weeks, some 150 officers busted an entire drug ring in Western Germany, arrested 3 suspects, including the 22-year-old head of the drug operation, and raided homes and businesses, another 12 suspects. So just this dipshit pizza holder...
running the ring, dude. That's some entrepreneur type shit, dude. To be
22 working at a pizza shop? Sounds about right. Sounds familiar to me. 22, working at a pizza shop, slanging yayo. I remember those days.
My first dealer was a Domino's delivery guy. And he was one of the only delivery drivers on Friday night. And he would make runs and drop off pizza with bags to parties and stuff like that. I remember I used to go to work with him and sit in the passenger seat and he would have me weigh out bags and just keep me going the whole night. He had a PlayStation in his car, a TV. It was fun.
Really? That sounds like a good gig, man. Just breaking it up and getting all jazzed up with a dude.
He had
You don't
like a
have to do anything.
13-inch TV sitting right in front of the passenger seat with a Nintendo hooked up in the back. I was playing original NES.
How did he make that all work? Did he run it to the battery somehow? You run it off the
Dude,
battery power?
he
Like,
custom built. This was like a 98 Grand Prix.
but it didn't have a power jack in it, I'm sure. It didn't come with a power
No,
port. So he had to somehow.
he had a giant system in the trunk as well with an amplifier. So
Okay,
I'm
so
guessing he either ran the power from the battery right up front. It's easy enough to just run a couple wires right through, or run from the alternator or through the fuse box.
that's
But
crazy.
however he did it, it was wild. It was a fun run for like 3 weeks, and that's when I was 19, and that's when I went to rehab for the first time.
Right on. Those are good. Those were some good times back in the day. Getting pizza, getting a side of yay with your pizza. You know, a little. You know, it's just Parmesan. You know what I mean? You just, just a little sprinkle of Parmesan with it.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get hungry after I, try
Which is,
it. Well, maybe eat the pizza first.
I would say you got to eat the pizza first because you can't eat anything when you're doing that. It's just that I never have ever been able to eat anything. In fact, I had a guy. That's a funny story. When I lived in Pittsburgh with my daughter's mom, we were partying a little bit when we were living there because she liked to party, and we got it from a guy who I worked with at a pizza shop, a delivery driver actually. And I asked him if because he was selling us weed, and I was like, look, dude, can you take it up a notch and hook me up with some party supplies? And he was like, oh yeah, that's fine, that sounds good. I'll stop by your apartment tonight with it. So I just made dinner, and it was like this cheesy ass chintzy, like frozen Hungry Man turkey with gravy, and I still remember to this day because I just remember being excited about eating it because it just looked so good. I was like, that roast turkey and that gravy, that's some good shit. So this guy shows up right when the food is ready to eat, and for whatever reason, he must have thought we were cops or whatever, because he wouldn't leave until we did it, until we did some of it. He was like, look, you guys got to try it. You got to try it. You got to make sure you do it before I go. And I'm like,
I used to be around some paranoid people like that used to fucking make me sit. They wouldn't let me get out of their car until I tried it.
oh, it pissed me off, man. I was like, because then it ended up, so I finally did it so the guy would fucking leave. But then it ruined my Hungry Man meal because I couldn't eat. I couldn't taste
ruined
anything.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Once you start, once you pop, you can't stop. Just like Pringles, baby.
Well, that, and you can't eat. Your mouth's numb. You can't taste anything. It's mush. It's nasty. You don't want to eat anyway. Your appetite's suppressed. It sucked.
Yeah, and your jaw's clenched shut anyways.
Well, somebody who knows about cocaine use is Lamar Odom. He was actually interviewed the other day, a former NBA player and former Kardashian husband.
Didn't he almost die at the bunny ranch? Like he was living there and like he had a stroke there or something?
I'm not sure about that. Is that recent?
Pretty sure he was living, years ago when Dennis used to run the ranch.
Yeah, he was. He was found unconscious at at a Nevada brothel. I guess it probably must be that because I typed in Bunny Ranch. So anyway, that's that guy, Khloe Kardashian's ex-husband, former basketball star. The guy who passed out at the Love Ranch is the one that he passed out at, not the Bunny Ranch.
Okay.
Anyway, he was asked about Liam Payne from One Direction, the guy that you heard of this. What happened to this guy? Were you in the car? Did that happen when we were together or the day before?
I think it was the day before because I thought we had talked about it a little bit.
Okay.
And I had mentioned all the drugs on the table because you didn't know about the drugs on the table or anything at that point.
That's
said I had seen the pictures from inside the hotel room. There was like a foil pipe and all kinds of, like, they're saying pink cocaine, but it's not pink cocaine.
Well, that's what here's that picture you're talking about, in fact. So wait, okay, well, that's actually what this is, clip that I'm about to play is. It's Lamar Odom talking about what he thinks might have happened if he did take pink cocaine. Now, why do you think, first before I play it, why do you think it was not pink cocaine?
Well, it's pink, but it's not actually cocaine. It's methamphetamine.
Okay. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying that he took other drug.
It's not a form. No, it's not a form of cocaine. It's supposed to be CC, which is coke and ecstasy. That's usually what makes it pink in the powder form.
I read some other thing too. There's some other hallucinogenic in it, and then also ketamine. It's like a mix of all
Yes,
four of them. It's like four different
yes,
things
it could
mixed
have
together.
some. Oh no! Come on,
C2,
brain.
or
Don't.
I thought it was called C2.
It might be C2, not CC. It's been a while. I've been out the game a minute of the party drug scene. I mean, we all know that. Yeah, whatever.
Poison Control is who told it to me last night. 2-CB. Have you heard of this?
Yeah.
It's some sort of hallucinogenic that Alexander Shulkin guy that Joe Rogan talks about all the time invented.
There's so many drugs out on the street that are. There was guys that I was in rehab with that were strictly addicted to just like these chemical combinations of these letters and numbers, and
Where do they even
like
find these things?
no idea. Like drug trials, I have no idea. Street chemists that are trying to make new drugs and stuff like that, like
Yeah,
trying to
trying
make
to
the
be
new
the next
like
Alexander
ecstasy.
Shulkin. Yeah, trying to be
Yeah.
the next him. So, well, if you had to guess, because you've done each one of those individually, probably combined a couple of them, probably not combined
Combine them all.
all four of those. So you've essentially done pink cocaine.
Yeah.
Did it make you hear voices?
I used to talk to myself for sure. I've got videos on my phone of me talking to myself about the security cats. We played a video after a night of me doing that.
So
I'm talking about the security cameras on the roof and the animals on the roof.
wait. So you've taken this weird C2B stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I did or 2-CB.
I thought it was I thought it was CC for some reason.
No, it says it's pink cocaine is in fact doesn't contain cocaine. It's a mixture of other potentially dangerous drugs, including 2-CB, ecstasy, ketamine, and caffeine in various amounts.
No, well, ecstasy, it would be MDMA because ecstasy is obviously a garbage pail full of everything under the kitchen sink.
Yeah, it says MDMA. I just said it, then it's got ecstasy in parentheses. So okay, you're right. Yeah. Okay, so what is it when you hear voices? Is it like you hear somebody in the other room talking, or is it like just in your head you believe somebody is speaking to you when somebody says they're hearing voices?
I don't know. I just kind of hear them. It's you know how like when you're talking to yourself and you have that constant inner dialogue. It's in your own voice and everything like that.
Yeah.
When you're like tripping like that and high on a point like that, or been up for 3-4 days, or you're using hard, you start hearing that inner dialogue in a different voice.
Okay, now that's the best explanation I've ever heard of it. Okay, now that's exactly what I'm talking
That's
about.
the way I
It's
can
not an
try to
audible.
explain it because I can't put myself back into like that spot. I just know that there was times where like I mean, shit. I'll send you a video during the break of two guys that were in the middle of actually. You know what? They were probably using that at the time, and they spoke in tongues to each other for hours.
But what about so when you say you would hear that, like the voice would be like normally you would hear your voice say, "Hey Mikey, go check the window." But then you would hear a different voice go, "Hey Mikey, go check the window."
Hey, Mikey, we got to go outside and get the generator hooked up right now.
That kind of, well, yeah, I'm just giving an example for the voice thing.
Yeah,
Does the voice change like mine did, like to this weird different voice, or does it begin telling you to do things in a different?
I think what happens is I lose that consciousness that there is a difference between the inner dialogue and it. I lose the ability to decipher what's an inner dialogue and what I'm hearing, and whether or not the voices that I hear talking in my head are what something I'm actually hearing or not. I would say that it gets louder. It becomes more blunt. It becomes more real. The lines of reality become blurred.
That's not okay. Now, when you come down from that, when do you say to yourself? Because now I imagine the first 20 minutes of that was probably fun as fuck, and then the last 20 hours of it were terrible. If I had to guess, something along those lines.
It was fun until you crashed. It was fun for days.
So it was worth the fun for the crash, even though despite the crash. Okay.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's the crash. The crash from MDMA. That's I mean it. The high from MDMA. Anything with MDMA is orgasmic. It is cumtastic. It's the absolute most beautiful feeling in the entire world. But the feeling afterwards, when your body can no longer produce its own serotonin or dopamine, and you're just completely empty. That's when I've had the most suicidal thoughts in my life. Were nights after any type of MDMA.
Crash. Oh yeah. So you're mixing that into it, then you mix all that other stuff into it, and you've got quite a cocktail. Well, here's what Lamar Odom, the former NBA player, Khloe Kardashian's ex-husband, had to say about potentially pink cocaine. Go.
The toxicology reports came in for Liam Payne. It said that he had pink cocaine in his system.
Tootsie is what they call that. I
Oh,
think.
really?
Yeah.
Have you ever used that?
Think so.
Have you heard of Tootsie, Mikey?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Never heard of it
Yeah.
called Tootsie.
Okay. And I love his answer when she asked him if he's done it.
What's that?
Think so.
I
Yeah?
think
I've
so.
done a lot of things.
Okay.
I'm not ashamed of because it's my testimony.
He had crack in his system.
On crack, he was really scoring. Where was he at?
He was in Argentina.
Wow.
So he had some sort of crystal meth, Argentina's version of crystal meth. He had crack, pink cocaine.
Well, did he have he had a drug problem, obviously.
Yes. Yeah, he said he was sober, but a lot of so basically, like, the way that he came to his fatal death, people aren't sure if he fell because of the drugs that he was on. What kind of experience have you had with crack and, like, pink
Well,
cocaine?
drugs could cause you to hallucinate.
Yeah.
And if he was in a hallucination state, then who knows what would happen.
Has that happened to you? Have you experienced that?
Who's heard voices before?
Okay.
Yeah, but that's about it.
Have you ever gotten a sense of paranoia or anything like that? Or
Yeah.
people chasing you?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Could you
Oh,
understand?
especially with the unforbidden, which is crack.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that could really drive you up a wall.
Could you sort of see how those drugs in his system might lead him to a fall like that?
I mean, to death, I don't know, because I was always strong enough to kind of like bear down.
Uh-huh. Some
and
people
realize that there's no exception to not being here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make sure I say a prayer for his family and
Yeah.
everyone that he knows.
I guess for people that don't understand, could you sort of describe that state of mind that you're in when you're
Well, I mean, if you're hearing voices, then it's hard to escape
yeah.
those voices. So God forbid if those voices tell him to do something that led to his fate.
Yeah.
That'd be shame.
Is there any positive light in all of this?
I think not to do drugs.
Yeah.
Like not to put anything up your nose, because it could have been fentanyl and that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like who knows? Who wants to get high? I call it getting low.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This is the only way I think to get
Will
high.
this maybe because a lot of celebrities of your caliber, of his caliber, have a lot of easy access.
I hope this is a wake-up call
Yeah.
for everyone in the industry,
Yeah.
Hollywood, music, sports, that drugs don't discriminate, age, race, color, creed. So hopefully this is a wake-up call for everyone.
Yeah.
There you go. So Lamar, it sounds like a sober person at this point, the way he's talking.
He's definitely in recovery. He's got the cliches. He's got the cliche sayings down perfect.
For sure. So last night,
Good for him, though.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that was actually pretty good. And KO said, why would he talk about this shit? Why are they ambushing him and they're talking about? Why is he talking about this? Well, he's a famous former drug user, so that's why they ambushed him.
You got to get people from experience.
Yeah.
His experience with it.
Speaking of experience, LeBron James last night, big day in NBA last night. It was the opening night. The Timberwolves got their butts kicked by the Los Angeles Lakers, your Minnesota Timberwolves. Did you watch any? Did you get to see the cool moment with Bronny and LeBron playing the first time together?
I saw the picture. I didn't watch the game.
Here is a quick shot of it from the stands, actually. This is kind of a cool view somebody got. This is LeBron James, his first pass in the NBA to his son, Bronny James. This is pretty cool. They'd just been on the floor together for, I don't know, maybe 15 seconds, and then this happened. Doing. He missed.
That happens all the time when he shoots. And then he had like 1 point.
0 for 2. 3 minute, played 3 minutes. He was 0 for 2. So, but hey, I got to tell you, I stayed up to watch that last night because I don't know if it's just because I'm a dad or whatever, but I just thought it was one of the cooler things I've ever seen.
It was in LA, right?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was cool. Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. were there too.
Timberwolves lost.
I know, but
Just
from
story of my life.
outside of that, you got to think about that. Think about if your dad was a pro bowler and you ended up having to face him in some pro bowling tournament. It's probably a different story because pro bowling's different than, bowling's different than sports like that are actually, bowling's still physical, but you know what I mean? It's not football.
Bowling is not physical, dude.
Yeah.
The amount of guys I know that are 450 pounds and wear compression socks and can barely walk that bowl exponentially better than me is just ridiculous.
Well, there you go. But either way, you got to think about that. How cool that would be for LeBron, and I guess it's probably
that's an
because I'm a
awesome moment.
Yeah, I mean, it was.
To be able to share the court and be able to have the longevity to play long enough, and your son, obviously his son isn't an NBA caliber player yet. I think he has some potential there to be a deep bench player. I don't think he's ever going to be a starter in the NBA.
It's not looking that way based on his.
I think the other son is a lot better than Bronny, or which one is
this? Is Bronny?
Bronny,
yeah.
And then there's Bryce, or
actually don't know his other son's name to tell you the truth.
There's another one that's playing right now, I'm pretty sure, with Gilbert Arenas' kid and Carmelo's kid. And
Right.
I think yes.
And he's supposed to be better than Bronny?
From what I've read, I'm pretty sure he's got the goal to play basketball as well.
I'm looking on his Instagram. It's hard to tell because I got it on this little tiny page here. No, that's Bronny. Trying to see if there's any pictures of him playing Oh, it looks like there's a.
But it's still crazy enough, anyways. Bronny, like the kid survived a heart attack, and
boom, there you go. There's him bouncing the ball and dunking it. Well, I can't do that, so he's definitely more athletic than me. So good luck for him.
Still
Good.
touch the rim.
You could touch a rim?
Yeah, back when I played volleyball.
Good for
I
you.
used to have some hops.
I forgot you were a volleyball guy. I forgot about that. It still makes me laugh.
Well, dude, one of the only reasons I played volleyball is because I got to assistant coach for the girls team. Was when we were done, and those shorts were just fucking ridiculous, dude.
Oh yeah.
And it's one of the only sports where everyone smoked weed.
Male volleyball only makes me laugh because we had this guy on my football team named Brett. He was our right guard, or left guard, excuse me. And he, one day in gym class, we were playing volleyball, and we're all just, playing. And then all of a sudden, he does this fucking jump. Like he fucking does the whole thing where he gets his hands up into the whole thing, and like he does a full blown technically perfect volleyball jump to try to like block a spike. And we all just stopped what we were doing and just started dying. We were all laughing hysterically at him because we didn't have any guys volleyball teams on it. Like where did that even come from? We had no volleyball teams on. There were no club volleyball teams. Nothing.
You came from such a smaller school than me.
Yeah, we didn't have.
We actually had enough people that like 7-8 kids got cut from the volleyball team.
I mean, there was a girls volleyball team, but there was no guys volleyball team, and no way. That wasn't even a thing at all. That's why it was so foreign when we saw him do it. It was so hilarious. But anyway,
so inaccurate. I was so horrible at that sport, dude.
Say that again?
I was so horrible at that sport. I mean, I could jump and I could hit the ball, but nobody knew where it was going.
Just when you played volleyball, you were really bad at it. You could hit the ball hard, but it was with no accuracy.
I could jump, and I was athletic, and I could do I was mostly just used as a serve specialist because I would do those big time jump serves that would like the ball would drop and it would look like a knuckleball. That's what they used me for. I was the SS kid that didn't work out.
How do you find out that you're good at that?
They like recruit you. Like I remember when I was playing like gym volleyball in like 8th grade, one of the gym coaches was like, "You should play on the freshman team," and then I was like, "Sure."
Okay, that's neat. All right.
I was no good. It was during football season.
And they took you out for volleyball?
I didn't. I wasn't a football player. I wanted to play offensive line, and I was 5'6", 110 pounds.
Oh, okay. But a volleyball star. Good for you, man.
Wait, volleyball and bowling. I was the fucking man in high school.
Coolest fucking guy ever. Did you see Paul George? Did you happen to see the story that came out? Did you know that the NFLPA has come out and said that they do not want reporters in locker rooms anymore?
Thank God, no more meat gazers.
That's right. That's exactly what wide receiver Torrey Smith said. He said, if y'all knew how awkward some of the male reporters act, straight meat watchers. I saw that tweet.
I remember listening to Jason Kelsey talk about it, and he was like, I've got nothing impressive, but I've never had a problem walking around with it. If they want to stare at it, they can stare at it all they want.
That's pretty funny. I've always found it to be very strange. I've never really understood it. These are human beings walking around naked. And you're just standing there waiting to interview them while they're walking out of the shower with their dongs hanging out or they're changing clothes. It's such a strange tradition. It's almost like it's the everything about it is so fucking weird.
Like interviews, they like ambush guys with interviews after they just got out of the shower and they got a towel wrapped around them still and they're talking to them about a play that happened 37 minutes ago. Like, what the fuck? Like,
real quick, I got to give a little love to the Average Savage. She just became an official League of Dummies member. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. She said there were some issues with clicking the join button. If you're doing it on your iPhone, for some reason there's a real issue with that. You have to do it from your Safari or your desktop, I guess, because iPhones are weird with YouTube and who gets paid and whatever. But yeah, no, going back to the lockdown.
Love Average Savage, man. She is the biggest comedy fan in the entire world. Me and her nerd out about comedians.
Like, oh, really? Did she see Adam Ray?
I don't think she saw Adam Ray. She was actually she went to a live podcast show that they do with the girl that you saw, Jordan Jensen, and another guy, Ian Fidance, have a podcast together, and they did a live one at Hilarities. And I'm pretty sure Average Savage was went up on stage and actually told some jokes and stuff.
Oh, that's fun. Did her own little Kill Tony kind of thing. Good for her. I hope it went well. You got some balls to do that. I do this and I talk in front of.
I watched it. I saw it on TV. She did great.
Yeah, I could go out in front of I'm at Roverfest in front of thousands and thousands of people and talk with no problem on stage. I do bits, all that kind of stuff, anything. But if you needed me to do a stand-up bit, that would no way. That would be. You could write the
so many jokes. I could never ever perform one.
You could write the jokes for me, and I still would be too uncomfortable to perform them. Just for the sake, if I got no laughter or no reaction, I don't know what I would do. I would be so uncomfortable. It would be awful. Real quick, you mentioned Jason Kelsey and the that rule about him talking about the reporters in the locker rooms, and he was like, "Yeah, go ahead and do it." There's rumors that they're only doing this because of Travis Kelce. They wanted to protect Travis Kelce from reporters who potentially might want to get meat gaze Travis Kelce and talk about his Johnson on the internet.
Oh, yeah, that can make sense. Yeah,
it's all.
But I don't know. I don't know. They would make a rule just because of Travis Kelce's white man thing.
That's what they're saying. That's what the rumor around the internet is, that this is all because of him.
I'm so done with him, dude. His heart ain't in football no more. All I read is he wants to have kids and get married and settle down and shit. I liked him more when he was chasing black chicks and listening to hip hop and buying blunts before practice. You know what I'm saying? Like, go back to old school Trav.
it's become contagious because 4 days ago, DeAndre Hopkins, who just got traded to the Chiefs today, released this video. We should have known. That's a Taylor Swift song playing in the car with DeAndre Swift and his family. Well, I think DeAndre is doing the videoing, and that's his family jamming out to a Taylor Swift song 4 days before the trade to the Chiefs. He leaked it, and we all missed it. We all missed it. So pretty cool that he's going to the Chiefs now.
Dangerous.
Chiefs are going to be really good. It's kind of funny. We just talked about DeAndre Hopkins the other day because I was on the Madden game. I got Madden for my son for his birthday, so I obviously downloaded it for myself as well through the game sharing. Thank you, PS5, for allowing game sharing. You rock. But we talked about how I'm playing with the Titans, and they are overpowered because I have DeAndre Hopkins, Calvin Ridley, and Tyler Boyd. So the receiving core is just outrageous. There's always separation. They're always open. And now and I saw a video today of people, apparently that people know that they're overpowered in Madden, and people use them as their online team because they're so overpowered. Even with Will Levis, they do really good with the Titans.
Speaking of Madden Online, did you see that LeBron just cracked the top 100 in the world?
Did he really? No, the video I watched today was some guy playing the number 1 player in the world getting his ass kicked by him.
Not only does this dude spend his entire life dedicated to sculpting his body, playing basketball, being a father, but he also plays enough Madden to be the top 100 player in the world.
That means he knows football because you have to be able to read defenses in actual Madden to be able to fucking do well in it. You got to be able to break down whether they're in cover 2 or cover 3, if they're in man. You got to be able to break all that down in 5 seconds.
I saw that iconic remake of the picture with Kevin Garnett and Randy Moss was remade with Justin Jefferson and Anthony Edwards last week.
I talked about it last night before you got on the show.
And Anthony Edwards wants to go play football if he wins a ring within the next 3 years.
Yeah, I talked about that last night. I was hoping that you would make it in, but I started talking about it before you got on. So yeah, Anthony Edwards, the guy from the Timberwolves, says if he wins a ring with them in 3 or 4 years, he will go play professional football. So
he will win them a ring within 3 or 4 years. He is by far the best player in the NBA.
No, he lost last night to the Lakers. Anyway, big news in the Browns world. Deshaun Watson obviously out. Dorian Thompson, Thomas Robinson, DTR, whatever the fuck his name is. He's got a broken finger or some sort of finger injury, and he can't grip a football. So Jameis Winston has officially been named the starter for the Cleveland Browns. So he's going to be eating dubs.
Baller. Big baller. Jerry Jeudy better get hungry.
I'm hoping. Well, Jameis Winston comes. He's bust. He's even with his booms. He's still got a lot of busts. I was looking at some of his stats.
I watched him last year live come in at halftime for the New Orleans Saints game when I was live in Minnesota, and I watched him throw 3 picks in the second half. So,
yeah, I mean, he's even 5 years ago he threw 5,000 yards in a season,
30 touchdowns and 30 interceptions in the same season, though.
It was actually 33 touchdowns and 30 interceptions. I actually just looked at it before the show, but
I was actually pretty close on that. I'm pretty impressed.
You were very close on that. But not only did the Browns move Jameis Winston. I keep calling him Jameis. I have Jameson Williams on my mind because he got suspended for PEDs. The guy from the wide receiver from the Lions.
Dude, can't get out of his own way to save his life.
Yeah, we're talking about Jameis Winston from the Cleveland Browns becoming the quarterback of the Browns now, which I think could be fun. It'll be fun to watch. At least give us something to watch. And I posted some clips today of him playing, and I posed the question to some people whether or not they thought if this could save Stefanski's job, because if he comes in and because the writing's on the wall, they're going to clean house as of right now down the end of the season. They got to rebuild.
Dude, the guy didn't Stefanski get Coach of the Year 2 times?
Twice. Yeah, twice.
There's no way they should get rid of him. He's stuck with a stale quarterback. There's no way. I think it's a big mistake to clean house and get rid of Stefanski.
Well, one way for him to prove that he should be there is if the offense is actually able to move the ball with a different quarterback under center. So that'll be interesting to see how that actually plays out with Jameis in there. So,
What
but he's
is
entertaining.
Vrabel's what is Vrabel's job? Because I know Vrabel and Jameis are like really close.
I
So I
didn't know
don't
that.
know if Vrabel is like a play caller. Yeah, Vrabel and Jameis are like really close. I've read a few articles about it. They're always at practice, like messing around and sprinting and racing each other and stuff.
I think he's just like some sort of special advisor to the team. I think he's just kind of
Okay.
one of those guys who's just around for his wisdom and his knowledge and maybe a move. He can teach you a move here and there or how to be a pro here and there.
Just waiting to get back into head coaching next year. You'll be a hot commodity for sure.
Basically. Oh, for sure. And the problem, and not the problem, but there's also was another change today. They moved the play calling duties from the head coach from Stefanski over to Ken Dorsey officially. So the offense is going to be very different. Yeah, yeah. So he handed off the duties, but he says it'll still be very collaborative thing. So we'll see. We'll see
That's
if
a
we.
wild move for the head coach to relinquish duties like that.
Yeah, well, it's been.
He fired himself.
It feels like typical Cleveland Browns football is really what it feels like. Let's be honest here. I mean, I can't
Or it's
lie.
a scapegoat job. I gave up play calling. We lost in the last 9 games in a row of the season. It's all Dorsey's fault. So get rid of Dorsey and keep me.
That's a good point too. That's a good take on it too. That's a good way to cover
Or they
your
clean
ass.
house and they keep Vrabel as the head coach would be a fucking awesome idea.
Hold on one sec. I got this other video here I wanted to play for us. I think I have it. Did I lose it? Oh no, here it is. So this is just a stupid, silly NFL video that I found. I don't even think there's audio for it, but this guy, did you see? I think his name is Daniel Falalala. Coming out of he's a Ravens player. You know who I'm talking about? He's an offensive lineman. Daniel Falala, Faaleele.
Big
Anyway.
Samoa.
He went viral after the Monday Night Football game the other night. They were walking through the tunnel, and he did this. Brakes on. He went back around the pole. Now, I saw this video and immediately thought of B1 because that is something it is forbidden for us to walk with a pole in between us, or like if you're walking and there's
Nothing
like
can split you two.
that's what we aren't allowed. If we walk and there's a pole, we have to walk around the pole together. We can't walk with the pole in between us. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a weird
So
one.
she's the first thing I thought of when I saw that video, and I hadn't had a chance to show it to her yet. So it's actually one of the reasons why I played it tonight. So I thought that was kind of silly.
Maybe that's why all my relationships fail. I always fucking make the girl walk closer to the street, make them split poles, let people walk between us.
People say she says it's bad luck if you do that thing. Like there's been a time where I've straight up put on the brakes and like backed it up and went around just
The same way the philologist did.
Yep, yep. Other little bit of football news for you. Cooper Kupp potentially on the trade block for the Rams. It looks like they're dangling him out there. I don't know if you heard
I
that.
fell for the biggest trap in the world today, dude. I thought we were trading for Matt Stafford. I saw all kinds of leaks that the Vikings were in serious trade talks with the Rams to trade for Matthew Stafford.
Oh, would you be happy if they did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He can throw the football.
Yep.
Speaking of people who can throw the football, or maybe not really, Andy Dalton, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers, was in a car accident with his family this week, fucked up his thumb, so he is out this week. Bryce Young is going to be starting for the Carolina Panthers.
He's back to get killed.
Yeah, he's exactly.
We'll see
Another
Deontay
quarterback.
Johnson get traded next.
He's a receiver for the Panthers, right?
Panthers.
Did he
Yeah,
play
I
for
think
the
he's gonna.
Steelers?
Yes,
Yeah.
Steelers. Then he went to the Panthers. He's the number 1 in Carolina, and I wouldn't be surprised if you saw him go to Tampa.
Okay. Well, more football news with quarterbacks. It looks like Jaden Daniels has missed practice again, so because of that rib injury. So not sure if he's going to make it back this week. So a crazy week in the NFL as far as injuries go. I do have a couple other funny NFL things for you guys real quick. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the thing that we mentioned with Mikey and the Bumble girl. Mikey sent me a meme today that made me laugh so hard. Uh, and I couldn't get yours to pull up. So I just found essentially what it was talking about. It says that Vikings kicker Will Reichard and actress Sydney Sweeney have reportedly been hanging out. Now you're telling me
baby.
this guy is hooking up with Sydney Sweeney?
I know it already. He's got a hammer between his legs, dude. He hasn't missed a kick for us. 50 yards plus, 40 yards plus, extra points. Everything is moccasin money right down the middle. NCAA scoring leader of all time. Alabama kicker. Like,
Okay, so the guy's got some moxie. So he's probably got it. Maybe he's got a little game because he's had time at a big school like that. Probably plenty of hot sorority of Alabama chicks there. But I don't know, to land her, this guy, I don't know. That's a pretty nerdy dude right there. I'm also very jealous. I'm not gonna lie, but he is a professional football player.
I got
He's a
that from your
millionaire.
response text.
What's that? Oh, what did I say? I'll kill him.
Yeah, I mean, straight up went to death threat. I will kill him.
Oh, that's funny. A couple other funny football videos here. I don't know if you saw this happen the other night. I don't remember exactly what game this was in. I don't know if it was this Thursday night football or Monday night football? I can't remember. But the savior of the NFL, and there's no audio to this, the savior of the NFL got caught on camera eating a booger.
No, he didn't eat a booger.
What are you talking about? He straight up ate a booger.
It wasn't even knuckle deep. He was just rubbing something around. Oh, maybe he did grab a little boog right there.
He got some boog, dude. I'm telling you. I'll zoom in if I have to. I'm telling you, this guy went. He's in there.
But so what? I eat boogers too.
You eat your boogers?
Yeah. No getting around it, bro. Just got to eat them sometimes rather than flick and roll them. They don't go off your finger, so you just throw them in your mouth and you spit them out.
Never, ever. That's the grossest fucking thing to me in the world. I can't believe you fucking eat your boogers.
Comes from my body, bro.
I know. That just grosses me out. I could never do it.
If you in the middle of your day have like an itch on your nutsack or something like that, you go deep in and grab an itch. What's the first thing you do when your hand comes out?
Go wash my hands.
Smell it.
Smell your asshole?
Yeah, if like you say you got like an itch on your belly button or a deep, how to make sure your grundle don't smell or something. First thing I do is smell my hand. I don't know.
I try to stay away from stinking I'm not a big fan of my own stink. I'm not a particularly smelly person, but it just kind of, my own stink grosses me out. I don't like the way I smell. I don't know.
That's the one thing I hate about my ex. She gave me horrible habits. I used to shower once, twice a day. Now it's every once in a while. I go 2-3 days without a shower. It's fucking horrible.
Get your shit together. Get your act together. Another quarterback caught on video this weekend. I think this was actually on Monday Night Football. You're going to love this one, Mikey. It made my day. Baker Mayfield on the sidelines takes a peek around, pulls out a Zin, pops it in on the sidelines.
Oh, yeah, he's getting fined for that, bro. If Mike McDaniel got fined for hitting his vape on the sideline, he's for sure about to get fined for that.
I didn't know McDaniel got fined for that when he did that. I didn't know that. And that guy was smoking weed.
No, that was a Juul.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay. I just assumed because he always seems so stoned in all of his, anytime you see him in any interview or anything like that, he's always kind of just like, man. He just seems kind of like he's too cool for the room in a good way. He's very smooth. Speaking of smooth, I need another cold one. And we're just about here. We're already into the second hour. So second hour is always happy hour here on Another Dumb Show. So take your kids, put them in the other room, have them start picking their boogers and eating their boogers, and you can get you a drinky drink and a little mokey moke on. And we'll come back and we will talk about Mikey's situation with the Bumble girl. And I got another situation for you guys to give you guys a heads up. Some crazy shit that's going on out there on the roads. Give you guys a little bit of a heads up, a little public service announcement from Another Dumb Show. Stick around. We'll be right back. Hang on. Welcome back to episode, whatever the fuck I call it, number 265. So good to have you guys back with me. If you stuck around through the break, I appreciate it. If you didn't, go fuck yourself. All right, so we left off before the break. I talked to Mikey, yesterday, I guess I brought up. Mikey, when he came to town, got to my house, and we were broing out, talking, bullshitting, all that good stuff. And he was like, bro, check this out. Pulls up a pic. I don't know if it was a screenshot or the actual profile or whatever of, what was the name?
We'll just call her Christina.
Christina. There's a picture of Christina, 24, Christina, 24.
26.
26, okay. Very attractive girl.
Makes me less creepy if it's 26.
No, I don't think it matters either way. You're not, what are you, 30-something?
Yeah, 11-year difference.
I'm 14. It's not that bad. No big deal. Anyway, so you came to town. You showed me this picture of this chick. You're like, bro, right off the bat, you were like, it's pretty hot. Seems pretty cool, but I don't know. I'm already kind of getting some weird red flags. And I went, no. You just started talking to her this morning. It's this morning you started talking to her. There can't be anything weird yet. And you went, I don't know. But, she's pretty hot, so we'll give her a chance and see where it goes from here.
It's red flags for a living. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like slalom skiing for me. I'm not running away from red flags. I'm collecting them like they're treasures. The more broken, the better.
Do you remember the very first red flag that you got from her?
Yeah, it was a jealousy thing.
About
not responding to a long paragraph that she sent me on Snapchat.
Okay, so you guys moved from Bumble to Snapchat. You started talking
Which
to her
I had to
on
download and figure out how to use. I haven't used Snapchat in like 7 years, dude. What the fuck?
So once you get this, now you're on the Gen, I don't know, is it the Gen Z dating app now, Snapchat? So you get on there, you start talking. She sends what was the long paragraph? Do you remember?
I saved it in the conversation.
Okay.
It was something about not wanting to go fast, and she was hurt in a past relationship because I asked her how long she's been single because I don't want to be like a rebound. Like, I'm a firm believer if you were in a 2-year relationship, you should probably be single for half of that time before you move on to another relationship.
Okay, yeah,
if
you said
were
that before.
6, yeah, like I'm a firm believer of that. I think maybe it'd be kind of hard if you're in like a 6-year relationship to stay single for 3. But I think it's a good rule of thumb. If you're in a relationship over a year, you should probably stay single for a year afterwards.
Okay. You have not abided by that rule yourself. You're back on dating apps after less than a year, I would say, and you dated.
Yeah, it's been over a year now.
Has it been over a year already? Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was September 25th when I told her to fuck off.
All right, so
but then
you're
there was
back
still
in the
we were
saddle.
still hooking up for a while, and it was November when I called the cops on her for the sex toys and stuff like that.
Right. All right. So okay, so you're out. You're fresh. You're not. It's not fresh anymore. You're ready to move on. You're worried about her. I'm confused now too about the paragraph and how that related to all of that.
Oh, I didn't respond to like every little thing in the paragraph. I just kind of gave her like a short response. And she was like, that's it. I just opened up to you and you don't give me anything. You're not trying. Like, came at me.
Okay. And did you just blow it off at that point? Just because you're like, fuck it, she's hot. Maybe she just had a bed.
I was driving to Cleveland. I had to hit her back with, I can't Snapchat you and talk this entire time while I'm driving and doing all this.
Oh, boy. And you had just met her that morning?
That's when she said, oh, well, I'm on my lunch break for 20 minutes so we can send each other Snap videos to each other and video chat that way. So I'm sitting here driving, trying to make Snapchat videos talking to her.
Oh my God, dude, that's crazy. Oh my God, this is a needy girl. Okay, so major red
I know,
flags.
hoping the neediness would like move over to another part.
I
of life,
guess
too,
when
know
you
what I'm
came
saying?
over, sorry to interrupt you, but I guess when you came
Good.
over, I didn't realize. First off, I didn't realize you'd met that morning. So when you started saying there were red flags already, I just kind of chalked it up to like, I don't know, maybe talked to her a few times and you were like, yeah, and I've been Snapchatting video her so we can, confirm it's not a catfish or anything like that. I didn't realize that all happened literally in the space of when you woke up in the morning to when you came to my house. That was all happening.
We messaged on Bumble Wednesday night, back and forth, and then the first thing that she said on Thursday morning was, "Add me on Snap for your journey so you can check in and send pictures with everything you do." And
Which is
then
kind of, I
because
guess, if you like somebody and you're in a relationship already, or you're, even if you've been dating for just a little bit, that seems like a normal thing to do. Yeah, I'll send you some pictures what I'm, what on my trip, what I'll show you when I see my buddy, or what the comedy
Yeah,
show like and all that.
I
the
said I
comedy
was
place.
going to a comedy show. I didn't like. She doesn't need to know details that I'm going with my homie or anything like that. Like, I
Oh,
just said I was going to a comedy show in
you left.
Cleveland.
Okay, you left out. Okay, all right. So you left out some details that really didn't matter to the situation, I guess.
No, absolutely not. It's not like she asked like who you're going with or anything like that. I just said I'm addicted to comedy and I'm going to Cleveland for like the fourth time this year to see a comedy show.
So then, all right. So we then kind of forget about it at that point. The kind of conversation stops about her. You don't seem to be on your phone much, really. I didn't notice you excessively using your phone or anything like that.
She
We
was
went.
working until like 5:30, so there was no. She's a teacher at like a daycare or something, so like
Okay.
can't be on her phone at all for like hours at a time, which is kind of decent or whatever. But like the last thing that she texted me was blow my phone up while I'm at work, so I have a lot of messages. Like, what the fuck am I gonna blow your phone up? Like, what?
Yeah, no,
Like,
I'm
what?
I'm
What
doing
the
something.
fucking?
Yeah, I'm in the
I
car
don't got shit
driving
to
somewhere.
like. Yeah, and then I was hanging out with you and shit like that. And then we went downtown, and as soon as we got downtown, because of the stadium and everything, there's no reception.
Yeah, that was bad. That was like that was. I'm surprised we got out of there. I'm surprised we were able to get an Uber when we left because there was
If
mine would not work.
if I had her phone number, I'd be able to text
Right.
and messages, iMessages would go through. Snapchat was not working for anything. So I kind of like didn't message her for
Yeah.
5 or 6 hours. I took a small video of the bar going nuts after the home run to win the game.
Yeah. When we
And
came
then
out
I
of the
took a
comedy show.
picture when I was on your couch and sent it to her. And when it go, dude, and then in the morning when I was on my way home, 7 o'clock in the morning, whenever it was, like rained hell down. Oh, you were out at a girl's house. You went to a comedy club with a girl. You didn't tell me. Blah blah. Like, let's read me the riot act, dude.
Wow. All right. And then then you didn't immediately blocked her. I'm assuming at that point because she's psycho.
Nope.
No. Okay.
No,
Said let's
no.
keep going. Let's keep going. All right. I'll give her
I was
another
like,
chance.
you obviously have some trauma from your past relationship you're dealing with. I'll be the one to prove to you that not all guys are assholes type of deal. You know what I'm saying? The more broken you are, the better. And you think of that, the crazy hot scale, and then you think about the crazier they are, what it's like in the bedroom. At least with my experience, the crazier they are, the experience in the bedroom is usually worth it. And
Yeah.
sorry, I'm a red-blooded American male that needs some ass.
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that. And if you want to get it from a hot 26-year-old chick, why not? So it was worth putting up with some of her craziness. You play Captain Save-A-Ho a little bit. Hopefully you can bring her around. So then by Friday night, what happened? Was that where
Didn't
this snap?
respond. Yeah, I didn't respond quick enough. I think there was like a 7-minute like break in between me answering one of her snaps.
Uh-huh.
Like I went to the bathroom, or I went to go get some food, or I packed up a bong, or whatever I was doing.
Yeah.
Like I didn't answer right away. And when I came back to my phone, I had that giant bullet point fucking. I'm gonna send this sentence. Send.
All right.
Send.
So
Send.
let's break this down. So you're the red one, she's the blue one. Let's pull it up here so you guys know what I'm talking about. Is it cutting it off? No, I think we'll be fine. So Mikey, she obviously must have asked you before this. This is 5:19 on Friday, right?
Yep.
So as soon as she gets out of work, she texts you and says, "Hey, what are you doing?" I'm assuming. And you reply, "Eating cheesecake, watching TV." And then she replies back, "Fun." And then this I'm assuming is then when you take a little bit of a break to answer. You reply back, "Yeah, I guess, mostly boring."
Yeah, what the fuck am I going to say back to fun? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a response to that.
Well,
I'm also not used to sitting on my phone texting with people all the time. It's been like 2 years since I've like been in contact with somebody where I'm having a full-blown conversation. Like, my life is mostly just talking to a few homeboys about football and sending memes all day. So, like, being in a conversation that's constantly running is taxing.
It is a little bit. It can be a little bit, especially if it's just kind of mundane and like, just what are you doing sitting around? That's when you might be good to go, "Hey, you want to go to a video call?" And then you like hang out together. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of a thing that B1 and I will do a lot. Like, after the show, I'll give her a call on video call, or she'll call me on video call after the show, and we'll just sit and bullshit while I smoke or whatever. Like we'll just chill and do that.
That's what I do with the car salesman.
There you go. Okay. All right. So it sounds like you're dating her more, but anyway. So you're trying to talk to this girl. You don't reply back because you're obviously eating, and you say to her, "Yeah, I guess, mostly boring," after she replies, "Fun." And then she just goes like this. This is where it starts getting. I'm going to zoom in a little bit so we can see them all. She says, "Ha ha ha. You really make me sad." Wait, what? You're not trying. You say you don't want to fuck this up.
You got to play victim sometimes. Like, I'm not used to a relationship, blah, blah, blah. Be patient with me. Play the fucking cards that you're dealt. You got to be able to tame the crazy sometimes.
Well, that's what you're saying when you say it to her? Like, you think you're a nice girl. I don't want to fuck it up with you. I've fucked up other relationships. Like, is that kind of what you mean?
Yeah, I've taken, yeah.
All right.
That type of deal.
So you say that to her?
Vulnerable type shit. You know what I'm
saying? Then she says, "You don't want to fuck this up, but you're in your head so much and fucking it up." Okay. You think you're going to fail me. You think you're not going to be good enough. You think I'm judging you. You think so much.
I think she's the one thinking.
You think so much that you're ruining what can be so good. You don't care if you talk to me. Now, you've known her for 24 hours?
Less 36 maybe at
36
this point, 48.
36 hours.
And, by the way, like, there's other things I haven't sent you. Like, she's hit me with, like, in the last 12 hours, I've been happier.
Well, hold on. We're not done. Mikey, we're not even halfway through. We only got to, you don't care if you talk to me. You talk to me when you want. You just do you. Your friends told you not to fuck this one up. Get out of your head. Now, which one of your friends told you that? Because I think I'm the only one you probably told about this chick.
Yeah, there was no mention of friends telling me that, so I don't know where that one came from.
Yeah, I don't know, because I definitely didn't say don't fuck this one up, Mikey, because I don't care.
I wasn't at the point where I was really like talking to people about I'm talking to this new girl. It was more of a look at this eye candy that matched with me, bro. Like
that's what I got from it. Yeah, and then so she goes, "Your friends told you not to fuck this one up yet. Get out of your head. Realize it's okay. You're safe now."
I didn't even remember that you're safe now. That's another red flag. I am not safe. I am not safe. And I realized, like, after this, that, you know, on Snapchat, you used to be able to, like, everyone can, like, keep sharing their location at all times.
Yeah.
Like, my avatar pops up, and I had forgotten to turn that off from, like, 7 years ago when I had the app last. So she definitely knows where I live.
Oh, wow. I can actually tell you exactly where somebody lives, not just like
You
the
can
general
zoom in.
area
You
they're
can
in.
zoom in on. You can zoom in on the map, and you
Get
can
pretty
kind of
close.
see. I'm kind of at the end of a road, so I
It's
mean,
pretty obvious. Okay, well,
yeah.
Mikey, you're unsafe now, it sounds like. But Mikey, you're not the. But you know what's driving me more than nuts as I read this?
Oh, she can't figure out your.
You and your, she cannot figure out the difference between, and she's going in and out. She'll use it right, then use it wrong again, use it right twice, then wrong twice.
Another red flag.
Yeah. So Mikey, you're not the old you. I'm not those girls. We can be so fucking great.
Yeah, I don't know where I find these ones, bro.
Like you're making me sad. And you just continue to ignore me. Like I really
All within
thought,
7
oh
minutes,
my
guys.
God. Like I really thought I found my guy. Oh, and then that was the end of it. Is this one? Now I thought you said you blocked her, but you said there's been more since then.
We stopped talking after that.
Yeah.
She blocked me. I blocked her, and then last night I get a message on Bumble
Oh, really?
from her again.
And then what did it say?
Nothing. I'm entertaining it and talking to her again.
You're fucking psycho. You're fucking nuts. I love you, dude. I love it. I love it. So did she apologize? At least?
No, I'm actually being yelled at again right now.
Why? Because you're not paying attention
Because
to
I'm
her?
not. Yeah, because I'm not trying.
You're not. Did you tell her I'm
And she's
busy?
she's in her head right now.
Not just.
Leo, she sent a couple like sexual messages last night. Like, I want to wear one of your oversized shirts so my butt cheeks are hanging out. And,
Yeah, that's how they rope. That's how they rope you back in. That's what they do. That's what they do. They rope you back in with the puss.
It's a 26-year-old peach. I want it.
So you're worth. I mean, I guess it's worth it just for the piece of ass. If you're trying to marry
not.
the girl.
It's really not. That's why I have to stop talking to her because it's unfair. This person is obviously a little unstable. I'd be playing with their emotions and fucking with them, and that is not what a responsible human does.
Yeah, you're still gonna talk to her tonight. As soon as you hang up the thing, you're gonna text her, and you guys are gonna you're gonna try to get her to come over tonight. Let's not split hairs here, bro. Let's not.
If she offered it, I'd take it.
That's so funny. All right,
I have to be. I have to be somewhat of a respectful human being. I really do. I can't just be it. What I put out into the world, I'm going to get back. So if I take advantage of somebody, then I'm just giving myself bad karma for the future.
Well, yeah, I mean, dude, she's the one who's interested in you. You're not doing anything wrong. I don't think
It's not like I messaged her again. She hit me up last night saying sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not pursuing her. She's pursuing me.
There you go. So she apologized last night, but now you're getting yelled at again. That's too funny. All right. So I don't even know what to say at this point. Gabrielle says some women are just batshit crazy.
Yeah,
but that's how you like them. That's how you like them, though. Monkey, I read an article.
Those ones I seem to attract. I don't like it. We said it the other day. It's because I'm a fucking psycho too. So,
Mikey, I read a news story that says that people who have a really hard time having success on online dating apps like Bumble and Tinder and a Hinge. It's because they have undiagnosed ADHD, and they're not able.
Beyond fact, I have ADHD, but it's unfortunate that I can't take any medication for it.
Well, it says that it's exactly what you just described, though, is that people have a hard time balancing their everyday life with trying to maintain an online relationship. So,
and I'm clear about that right up front. Like, I don't want to text for a week. I don't want, like, if we're interested in each other and we're talking right now, I either want to video chat right away or I want to go on a date within the next 4 or 5 days. Like,
And they say
I'm
that
not going to spend all this time getting to know you online and then start to be attracted to you and what you're saying to me. And then I meet you and it's a complete joke. And there's
right.
no spark and no chemistry, and I've been misreading your text and your tone and everything, and it's the worst feeling in the world.
Yeah, and then you get there and you get some girl wearing her house shirt.
Oh, fucking tank top and fucking god damn, bro. Just fuck.
Bad house pants and bad stretchy pants. Ugh.
Fucking covered in cat hair and shit. My god.
Speaking
At least
of that,
try.
Sorry, guys. I got cat hair on me, probably. Sorry. All right. So that is an interesting story. That's something to consider, Mikey. Is that maybe the online dating apps aren't for you? But they say that is one of the things you should do is if you have ADHD when you're using the dating apps is meet somebody within like 3 or 4 days of talking to them if you can.
That's what I try to do. Like I'm not trying to rush anything, but I need to know if there's a personal connection with somebody. I can't pick that up through texting at all. I can pick it up a little bit if we video chat, FaceTime or something like that, because you can see somebody's intentions and body language a little bit, and hear the inflection and tone in their voice.
Yeah, you can also tell if they're fucking ugly. You can tell if they look like a fucking dog too, a little bit better than some sort of fucking airbrush picture or picture with some sort of fucking filter.
I tell people right away, like when they send their first picture and it's got a filter, I say send one without a filter or stop talking to me. I don't want to see it with a filter.
Are you that mean and blunt about it, or are you a little casual about it? Are you like?
I would prefer to not see you with a filter, because I'm not a child.
Right. You got to get the insult in there too, though. That's the thing.
Then again, like I don't like it. I'm just fucking Snapchat, whatever.
Oh, that's too funny. Now, Mikey, I want to know. I have a question for you. I have a story about a girl who is upset because her boyfriend called her controlling because she asked him not to wear Crocs out on date night. Have you ever worn Crocs out on a date night?
Probably live in Crocs.
I know you do. That's why I brought this up, because I know you're a Crocs guy.
Yeah, I got my fuzzy Crocs for the winter. I got my all-terrain Crocs for the summer. No, if I'm going out on a date or doing something like that, I'm rocking fresh kicks. I'm a shoe guy.
Okay, good. All right, because I don't think you can wear Crocs out to like if
we're going like to the grocery store, going to get some gas or something like that. I'm definitely a wear house shoes out of the house type of guy. If I'm going to do something like quick, like I'm not trying to go to a grocery store real quick and impress somebody.
Okay, all right. Hold on one sec. I was looking for this next video, and it's what we were going to talk. Oh, there it is. All right, got it. All right. So you're going to keep. So I guess to wrap this up, we'll find out tomorrow, or let's see. I don't think we'll be out. Let's see. We'll be off tomorrow.
Just tried to text her. Message didn't send. She's got me blocked. She's gone.
Because you didn't text her in how long?
I said, how come you're responding in one-word answers? And she said, I'm in my head now. And then she blocked me.
You'll get another text within an hour.
I don't doubt it.
Probably. All right. So the saga with her continues. We'll see what happens with that. Be careful.
I'll just keep playing with fire.
She sounds really nutty. You message her
single
on Bumble?
white female type shit.
Gonna message her on Bumble now? Be like, yo, why'd you block me?
I can't do that.
You should do that.
Take a page out of her book. Be like, why are you making me sad?
Yeah, that's good. Play the game. Just have some fun with it.
I thought I found my girl. I was really falling for you. I'd really let my guard down over the last 2 days.
It'll give you something to do, if nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So, all right.
All right. I'm going to message her on Bumble.
All right, perfect. Mikey, you live in New York. There is a rash of things of a new. Well, I don't know if it's a new crime, but it's found a new life in New York, and it is unbelievable how angry it will make you. Watch this video of what happened on the roads in New York.
But it's crazy. Like, he had one hand on the... What the... Oh, my God.
Yeah.
What happened, babe?
Oh, my God. What is he doing? Babe.
Babe, what happened?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Babe.
I got into an accident. Oh, my God. Oh, my God,
Where are
babe.
you?
I'm on the Bell Parkway. This guy just reversed into me. What the hell is going on?
Reversed into you?
Yeah. Oh, my God. Oh, fuck, I'm shaking.
My God. Babe.
Yeah.
Just stay there. Oh, my God.
Fuck, oh, my God.
Where on the Bell Parkway?
Oh, holy shit. You know, after that turn?
Thank God,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Everyone
shit.
should have a dash cam. Everyone.
I know. I don't know why they aren't on every car.
Fuck.
Front facing, rear facing. I don't have them on my car, but I should.
I do
My
too.
father has one on every one of his cars.
Hold on, babe.
Unbelievable.
Oh, fuck.
Well, the people in the front car are already fucked up on the insurance scam. Because you're supposed to stay in the car, hold your neck, and ask for an ambulance.
Like, you need to pull over. Get out
Yeah.
the highway. Like, I didn't crazy. Like, he had one hand on the... What the... Oh, my God.
What happened, babe?
Oh, my God, what is he doing?
Wow, how
Babe.
crazy
Babe,
would
what
that be?
happened?
Oh, shit. I don't know.
Babe.
I got into an accident.
That would
I got into an
fucking, I would lose my mind. I would absolutely go berserk, especially if I knew I had it on camera. I would have jumped out of the car and went, "You're all fucked. You're all fucked. I got the whole thing on camera. You're all fucking fucked, you fucking pieces of shit." So
First
this
thing
is,
I would have done is turn the camera off and then beat the shit out of all three of them.
then that probably would have affected your insurance claim on it. But Mikey, the good news is there was some. The police are aware of that now. They're doing an inquiry into it and looking into it to try to find out more about who the people are. But the police in New York are busy not doing their job apparently because the neighborhood actually found out who it was before that, and the neighborhood took care of business.
If your car fucked up, don't pay.
Here is the car. Somebody put a sign on the front of it that said fraud. They knocked the windows out of it, knocked the mirrors off of it. I don't know what that is. What is that on there? A condom? What am I looking at right there? Is it
It's a drink cup shoved in the coffee cup.
drink cup? Okay, gotcha. All right, so there you go. It looked like a bullet hole through that one window.
Bullet hole through the back window, yeah.
One says rats. So there you go. Those are the people. So allegedly, these are the same people. I didn't go double check the license plate to make sure it's the same thing. But according to the news story, these are the same people. This is that car of the people who ran this scam. So be careful, guys. This is the PSA from Another Dumb Show that it might be time to go out and get an actual
Dude, there's a lot of that shit going around. There's the insurance scam like that, and I can't tell you the amount of time I get approached in like Wegmans or Walmart parking lot by somebody in a car that's like, "I just need cash for gas. I've got this jewelry I'll give you for blah blah blah," and then they follow you to your car and shit like that, and it's 2-3 guys in a car. Like, it makes you nervous as shit.
That's uncomfortable. That's fuck yeah. A whole car full of dudes, that would make me very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yep.
That's like,
And of course they're in like a
turnaround.
nice Lexus or a G-Wagon, and they're
That's
asking
like-
for cash.
Turn around and go back into the store kind of move at that point. You know, like, oh, you know what?
It's not a bad idea. I just heard a news story about that. Some lady got jumped or something like that. She was walking out to her car with 2 guys, and they beat her up. And she said she had a really bad feeling about it. She should have went back into the store, but she didn't. She was afraid of being racist.
Well, it's understandable. You don't want to profile somebody based on just what they look like, but if you get a bad vibe, that's what anybody who's ever been in like one of those kind of situations where you get assaulted or you get beat up, usually they say that same thing. I had a weird vibe and I just didn't trust it, and and then something awful
I
happens to her.
gotta try to get the video pulled from my dash cam in my work van from the guys today that were swimming through the traffic at like 7:00 in the morning.
What, just doing the racing on the streets or whatever? Just
Like on a 4-lane expressway where everyone's doing like 45 and it's supposed to be 55. And these guys that are doing 65, just going lane to lane to lane over onto the shoulder and doing like 80 or 90 miles an hour, like during morning traffic.
That's crazy. I had some weird dude in front of me today. I was door dashing this morning, and this dude was he was weaving all over the fucking place. I mean, he went like it was a 5-lane road, and the middle lane was a turn lane.
A median.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He kept weaving into the turn lane, and then he'd weave back into our lane, and then weave again, and then he kind of went over to the other lane too, and like
luxury lanes, bro. It's Steinfeld.
Well, then we got up to the light, and he like stopped short to where I'd like pull right up next to him. And for a second, I thought this guy, because he had his window down and everything, and it was like I thought this guy was about to say something to me for some reason. And I was like, I wasn't even tailgating this guy or anything. Why does this happen to me? Why do I have to have people when I'm not even doing anything wrong? I got some swerving ass weirdo. This is all happening in my head in 10 seconds. Some swerving ass fucking weirdo being all fucking weird and all this shit. And now he's gonna fucking yell at me. And I pull up next to him. I look over and gives me the biggest smile. Hey man.
All fucked up, enjoying his morning.
Yep. Then I'm just like, oh fuck, this guy's just stoned as fuck, weaving and fucking got a fucking cold one in his fucking hand. He's ready to go, man. He's enjoying his morning. Fucking 9:00. You're right.
I was thinking about talking about scams and stuff like that. At a red light, do you pull up exactly to the bumper of the car in front of you, or do you give yourself room to get out in case somebody tries to carjack you every time?
Only in like good normal neighborhoods, and I don't do that. But if I'm in a bad neighborhood, I definitely do. Yeah,
I always give like a car length, because the first thing I'm going to do is mash the gas.
Yeah, you got to get the fuck out of there. Yeah, hell yeah, man, hit the gas and get the fuck out. Oh, I saw another crazy scam. Anytime you see like a QR code on like a sign or anything like that, be careful just randomly scanning QR codes. Because there's people putting.
So you probably let some people that you're allowing people into your phone.
Yeah, it's like some people, they've been putting. I saw a video and I lost it and I wasn't able to find it again. But there was a sign that had a QR code on it, but somebody had put a little tiny small QR code sticker over the top of the actual sticker, and it did something to one person's phone. And so the other person started recording it to show, like, make sure you make, like, it was like a public service announcement. Make sure you check QR codes before you scan them, that there's not some little sticker over the top of it that could be a
I try to pull
QR
the
code.
credit card readers off every gas pump I'm at to make sure there's not a scanner device on there. I literally try to rip it off of the fucking pump.
B1 just got a couple of weeks ago. She, maybe it was a month, maybe a couple of months, month or two ago. Somebody got a hold of her card and started charging up a bunch of at Cedar Point, and she was like, "I didn't go to fucking Cedar Point. What the fuck?" So she ended up getting out of it, and they got all her money back and everything. It was fine, but that does suck when that happens because you never know where it happened at. That's the worst part about it is you'll never know.
Makes you think like when or where it scanned it, who got it, how they got it.
Yeah, like what restaurant or what store, or did somebody have an RF reader? Was it the gas station, gas pump? Fucking, they never tell you. You never know. You never know. So, all right. I think that's all I got for tonight. Mikey, you got anything fun going on this weekend?
No, it's going to be another red zone weekend. The Vikings play tomorrow night. So it'll be a nice little Thursday night game against the Rams. KOC coaching against his former team.
Nice.
I think we should win handily. I really do. Even though we don't travel to the West Coast well.
Who'd you say you're playing again? The Rams? Okay. That's weird that there were trade rumors about Matthew Stafford going to the Vikings on the week that you guys are playing the Rams. That's kind of weird.
Yeah, really weird. Well, especially because KOC was the reason that Stafford went to LA to begin with. That's who he recruited.
He did that big trade.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
well.
right.
I mean, he was part of the big trade. He was the offensive coordinator for Sean McVay. So he run Sean McVay's offense.
You think he It's such a weird thing that both worked out so well for both of them. That the Rams have had such success with Matthew Stafford, and now the Lions are having such success with Jared Goff. But you flip it the other way around, and it just wasn't working. So weird. So
Yeah,
weird.
I hate Jared Goff, but the dude statistically is absolutely lighting it up. But also, he is the best, most protected quarterback in the NFL.
Yeah, they
Their
got a good
offensive line is absolutely
They're awesome.
dominating.
They're awesome. They're awesome. They can do whatever they want. They can run.
We hadn't been
pass
able
block.
to sack that dude in 3 games, and we obviously sacked him 3 times in the second half. Forced fumble touchdown. We beat him up a little bit, thank God.
MJM, the great. This is actually great. MJM 420000 says possibly Cups to the Bucks. Cooper Cup to the Bucks. Now that makes sense because they just lost Chris Godwin with that dislocated ankle and Mike Evans with that hamstring. So that makes some sense right there. That actually would be a good move for the Buccaneers.
I don't like Cooper Cup. I'm not a fan of Cooper Cup.
Gets
The guy
hurt
doesn't
every
play
3
smart
games.
football.
Gets hurt every 3 games.
He's not a smart wide receiver. You look at guys like Adam Thielen and Stephon Diggs that aren't big frame guys. Those guys go down. They almost slide before they're about to get hit. They catch and go right to the ground.
Right,
they don't
right.
fight for an extra 2 yards and get hit by 3 other guys and gang tackle.
Get your
where these
ankle
injuries
snapped
happen
in
every
half.
time.
Yeah. Did you see that Chris Godwin one? Did you see the slowed down version of it?
No, I have a hard time watching shit like that. It makes me nauseous.
It was bad. It was bad. His foot just went. His ankle touched the ground. Basically, that's how bad his foot got crunched, and then it clicked out to the side, and his ankle touched the ground. It was so fucking gross. It was crazy.
And is Evans' hamstring injury pretty serious?
I think I saw he's going to be out for potentially on the injured reserve. I think at this point.
Oh,
if
it's
not
going to break
longer.
his streak. He's no more 1,000-yard streak seasons. It ends at 10 years.
That sucks for him because he's a good player and he seems like a cool dude. I kind of like Mike Evans. He always killed me. Like he never did a good job on my fantasy team. He always dogged out for whatever reason. He was just a little bit above average, never enough to kind of carry a team. And I always had him as my number 1, and he just was always killing me. So,
He's a consistent receiver. He's a great third down guy too.
Speaking of fantasy, we never got around to updating on our fantasy league. I didn't have time to pull graphics today because I had to drive this morning. And the league is shaping up to be a really good, fun league right now. Our standings.
I'm liking my team right now.
You like your team right now?
I do. I played well. Won this week. Got my 3rd dub.
You're 3-4 right now. You are tied for. You're in 9th place. I'm sorry. Excuse me, 8th place. Here's actually I can pull this up real quick and show people. Here's the Jerry. How about Jerry? This guy has been on. I think he's won 5 in a row. He's been on an absolute tear. The Marauders, who are now in 1st. So I'm tied with him in 1st place right now. He eked out. He just barely won last week. I was actually sitting there. I always root for Jerry because I like Jerry, but this last weekend, I was not rooting for Jerry. I was sitting there going, the fucking guy and his fucking team, all these 49ers and these fucking Ravens, god damn it. So I was so fucking annoyed when he won because it made me tied for 1st place with him instead of being alone up at the top and then a bunch of 4 and 3s behind me. So it's really anybody's ball game still.
Yeah, it top 4 go to the playoffs. So all I got to do is make a couple wins and get my team up there. We'll be all right.
I actually considered approaching Jerry about a potential trade today that I'm thinking about that I think might be beneficial to both of us. But it's a major move. It's a major trade. Yeah, and I think he would be interested in it because he's heavy in one spot, I'm heavy in one spot. I'm light in one, he's light in one. We might be able to
mutually beneficial trade.
Mutually beneficial trade. But we're both at the top battling each other. So do we want to help the other one? Potentially? I don't know. It's kind of like that's why
those win-win trades always work out really well. We just talked about LA and Detroit. They made that trade, which ended up being a beneficial for both teams. And then the second most beneficial trade of all time was we traded Diggs to get Justin Jefferson. We used the draft pick from the Bills to get Justin Jefferson.
That's a really good point. I didn't think about that. That is really good. So I'm thinking I might make some moves. I might make this move. I haven't 100% made the decision yet. Should I just say it? I guess it doesn't matter if I say it, does it? I mean,
no, it'll definitely put the thought in his head if he's listening.
So I was thinking I would give him Kareem Hunt and CeeDee Lamb.
All right, so an A and a D player.
For David Montgomery.
And?
Just David Montgomery.
That's it?
Yeah. Because I'm light on running backs. He's heavy on running backs, light on wide receivers. What do you think of that
Montgomery
trade?
listed. Is it just looking out for you right now? Where's Montgomery on the injury block? Because he missed a quarter and a half with a hammy against the Vikings.
Said he's looking to get healthy and get back and play. No long-term concerns about any knee injuries that he suffered in Sunday's win over the Vikings.
And Montgomery's a great player. I think it's a decent trade. CD, he's kind of lackluster right now. The Cowboys are kind of in disarray. So it's kind of hard to trust that the Cowboys.
You think so? See, I don't see. I think that's all they do is throw the football, though. If they do end up doing anything, they're going to be throwing the ball to him. So that's
true. That
so,
CD does put up the stats.
So that's why this is a hard trade. This is a hard trade for me to even propose. I've just really been thinking about it. I also considered maybe throwing in instead of Kareem, Cade Otton.
He's been playing really well last few weeks.
He might come in. I might run 2 tight ends this week because he's been playing well.
Not a bad idea.
I might flex him in because Xavier Worthy's not been doing shit. So, and now they have D-Hop, which might open it up for Worthy though. So it's so hard when you get all these decisions. You have all these.
It's so hard to have a KC wide receiver because Mahomes every game is 13 completions to 9 guys.
Yeah.
He spreads the ball around. He doesn't ever have a favorite player.
No, I agree. I'm right there with you. I just, for some reason, thought this Xavier Worthy dude, because he's so fast, we were just going to get some Jameson Williams type bombs to this dude, and we haven't gotten shit out of him. I don't know what the deal is.
We got one in week 1, I thought.
We had that one cool. He ran that end around that was real fast. That was like he zoomed through everybody. That was like, it was really cool. It was an end around that he scored a touchdown on. But I think he had maybe one other good big play this year. There's projected for 9 points. He's the, let's see what's his position rank. He's 42nd in position rank. So,
I'm beginning to not have so much love for Mahomes. The guy misses a lot.
Oh, he's having his worst season ever. I mean, so far, he's having his worst season. So
the defense is carrying that team, and Andy Reid's scheme is what's winning games for them.
Yeah, they're doing it the hard way right now. It's pretty cool, actually. I actually have a lot of respect for the Chiefs, the way they're playing this year. They lost Isaiah Pacheco.
I love Andy Reid.
How could you not? How could you dislike that football team, to be quite honest with you? I really like them. They're gritty. They win. They can win the hard way. They can win airing it out. They can win with their defense. They
know how to close out a game. They know how to finish a game. That's the most important thing. Any team can keep a game to one score all the way through the end, but it's who can finish out a game.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, you want to run up the score at the beginning, hold it in the middle, and then close it out at the end, one way or the other. So I like the Chiefs. I can't lie. I root for the Chiefs when they're not playing the Browns, basically.
For the Vikings game when we lost real close this past weekend by 2 points or whatever it was to the Lions, there was on the last play of the game there was out of procedure penalty that knocked us back 5 yards.
Yeah.
It went from a 68-yard field goal to a 73-yard field goal, and if we wouldn't have had that procedural penalty, they were sending out Riker to kick a 68-yarder.
Sydney Sweeney's boyfriend?
Yeah.
A 68. What's the record? 64?
I think it's 68 now, isn't it?
Is it 60? I don't remember. I can't
I
tell.
thought I thought Tucker hit 68.
All right, let's look. Hold on one sec. NFL kicking record. Longest field goal, 66 in 2021 by
66.
Justin Tucker. So there you go. And then second longest, Brandon Aubrey hit a 65-yarder this year. So there you go. That's it. Those are the closest. Then a bunch of.
We would have won on a 68-yarder. It would have been just as happy as the Minneapolis Miracle.
You think that kid would have made that kick?
Yeah, he's moccasin money, dude. I love him.
68-yarder though, dude. That's pretty hard to make. That's pretty crazy. Without it getting blocked. That's the thing.
Yeah, because it's got to be on such a tight rope. It probably
low angle,
still,
too low versus too high. So, all right, let's wrap this up. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten all day. I was getting hangry before the show. I was actually so hungry before the show. I almost ordered food and was going to eat during the show because I was so fucking hungry.
I walked through the house. I got a giant bowl of chili that my mother made that I picked up on my way home, and I had to just put it on the counter and it's just sitting there waiting.
Good. Eat it. And then have that girl come over and just start ripping farts. Just put her in misery. Just put her in hell with your farts, with your chili farts.
I know, right? Really, just start sending her the red flags. Start farting around her right from the jump.
More of a brown flag. Alrighty. I think that's going to wrap things up for us tonight, dude. I love you. I hope you have a good day tomorrow.
Love you too, buddy.
We'll be back live on Monday. I have an event I have events Friday and Saturday, so I'm going to take tomorrow night off. Get anything prepared for my events. So we'll see you back live on Monday. We'll probably do an early show. That way we don't miss Monday Night Football. Just do like a 6 to 7, 7:15 thing so we can get in before Monday Night Football. Sound good?
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. Good luck to your Vikes tomorrow, dude.
Dude, our schedule looks so easy for the rest of the year, dude. It really does. I'm super excited.
You guys might finish with 1, maybe 2 losses. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Yeah, it'd be dope. It'd be dope.
All right, dude.
Even though the last time we did that, a kicker ruined our life, so it'd be just my luck. Reichard would do that again.
I know you were talking a lot of shit about a kicker that could come back to bite you.
It always will. But love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye. All righty, guys. That's going to wrap things up for us tonight here on Another Dumb Show. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with us tonight. I had a good time tonight. I thought tonight was a fun show, so I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Like I said, we're going to be off until Monday. I have a bunch of events this weekend, and they are biggies. All weekend. Got a lot going on. So I appreciate everybody's patience. We're going to be starting to head into where I'm going to have less weddings as we get in through November, December, January. Everything starts slowing down for me as far as all that goes. So we're going to be able to get more shows in and not have as much, distraction. Not distraction. I call them weddings distractions, but no, they're just time consuming and we'll have more time for the show. So, all righty, guys, I am out of here. See ya.